Friends, I have a critical question for you. If tonight was your last meal, what would you eat? Think about it. Tacos loaded with cheese and guacamole, fettuccine Alfredo from your favorite Italian restaurant, or a giant slice of death by chocolate cake. On January 31st, 2014, I had to make that decision. Because of a medical diagnosis, what and how I ate was about to change dramatically. And I was eating a Last Supper with pizza and these. Trader Joe's dark chocolate covered peppermint JoJo's. Smile big if you've had these before. These aren't the regular ones that are like Oreos. These are the ones that only come out at Christmas. And I happen to have 2 cookies left. Let me explain. In my 30s, I kicked ass. I kicked ass as an athlete doing over 100 endurance events. I kicked ass as a clinical research professional traveling up to 45 weeks a year. And as an employee climbing up the corporate ladder. I was Wonder Woman and I deflected bullets from every direction, pounding the pavement, racking up sky miles, and living on the fumes of Diet Mountain Dew, sugar, and coffee. Then life paid me a visit and kicked me in the ass. From the ages of 36 to 39, I didn't sleep more than 5 hours a night. I had some serious digestive issues, started losing my eyelashes and hair, forgetting things, cried a lot, put a distance in my marriage, and became dull from complaining incessantly. I knew my lifestyle wasn't healthy, even though I may have looked like the healthiest person in the room. I was like the building that looked great on the outside, but had the equivalent of short circuits in the wires and peeling paint inside. Do you match on the inside what the world sees outside? At the age of 39, I was diagnosed with not 1, not 2, but 3 autoimmune diseases and had been in menopause since the age of 36. That's about 20 years too early. I know that autoimmune disease has a genetic component, but it has to be triggered. And I absolutely triggered mine with my high-intensity, high-stress lifestyle. For 24 hours post-diagnosis, I laid on the bed doing the ugly cry, saying, "Why me?" But why not me? I was grieving that I would have to give up some of the things I loved to get better, to get healthier. There's probably a few of you in here that have had your own version of the ugly cry, wanting to blame the world and grieving something that you would have to give up to get better. Besides retiring from racing, I had to change my diet. And I had to go gluten-free. I thought I would never be able to eat again. I literally cried for food. And yes, I cried for JoJo's. That week, after my diagnosis, I called my best friend on the phone because we were supposed to go to her house for dinner. And when I shared that I now had to be gluten-free, she responded with this. Whoa! Totally blindsided. I was now that friend, the high-maintenance friend, the one you think twice about having over because there are just too many rules. My friend Mark stopped drinking, and the invitations stopped overnight. Was he all of a sudden boring? Stan fist bumps instead of shakes hands because of rheumatoid arthritis. Not something you want to explain 30 times at a business event. And my friend Liz battles anxiety, and I don't know until she shows up if she's going to get the courage to do it. Are we boring? high maintenance, complicated, or just have too many rules? Is it worth it for us to continue our destructive behaviors so that others see us as low maintenance? Earlier this year, when on a night walk with my husband, Kevin, I was thinking about the things that I'd given up. And I gave up racing, but I still move and exercise, adding in hoop dancing and jump roping, things just for pure joy. Business travel still on the calendar, but with boundaries to stay healthy. And I love to eat and have discovered that gluten-free doesn't have to mean taste-free, and I can still have chicken and waffles. So while we're walking along, he shares with me that one of his students gives him a box of dark chocolate-covered peppermint JoJo's every year, and he gives them away because it's not the same. Stopped me in my tracks and made me cry when I learned that he had given up his JoJo's in solidarity for me. 4 years ago, I cried for JoJo's. And now I was crying at the compassion I felt from my husband. I thought I was letting go of food, but the food was just a symbol. I was letting go to get support, and I was letting go to get love, and I was letting go to get better. Friends, what do you need to let go of to get better? What's your JoJo?